I love the FA Cup. So much so that last season I followed the winner's path from the extra preliminary round at Hucknall Town right through to the final at Wembley Stadium, which was quite some journey. This season, while I'm not following a specific path, I will still be attending as many FA Cup matches as I can get to. In the extra preliminary round, I watched Belper United record their first ever win in the competition, and then saw Hucknall Town go one better than they did last season despite a crazy late fight back. Then in the preliminary round, I visited the oldest football stadium in the world to watch Hallam dominate City of Liverpool. I watched Matlock Town knock out last year's FA Cup heroes Bottisford Town in the first qualifying round. Then in the last round I saw Quorn humble last season's giant killers and the FA Cup's record goal scorers Kettering Town. But where would I go for the third qualifying round? I had my eye on Telford United against Evesham United or Alvechurch against Chelmsford City, but while I was planning I got this invite from someone at Quorn, which was just too good an offer to refuse. Want to see where this season's FA Cup journey takes me? Make sure you subscribe to my channel. And did you know you can influence my decisions? All you need to do is comment some suggestions in the section below. So, off I went to the Stotto Stadium to meet the players, staff and a small group of supporters before heading down to North London on the coach. I knew we'd be passing extremely close by to the Enfield haunting house from The Conjuring on the way, but I didn't know this game was about to turn into a horror show. With traffic on the motorway, the journey took nearly 3 hours, but we arrived at the Queen Elizabeth II Stadium just after 1 PM, and as Quorn had put me down on the guest list as media, I was able to go in through the players' entrance and check out the boardroom. Enfield Town are 100% supporter-owned. In fact, forming in 2001 makes them the UK's first supporter-owned club, which is a fact they're understandably extremely proud of. Enfield Town play in the National League South, which is step 2 of the non-league pyramid, where they currently sit 17th in the table after 9 games. They finished 19th last season, staying up in their first ever season at this level of the game. Enfield Town only entered the competition in the second qualifying round, beating local rivals Enfield 3-0 to reach this stage, and should they win today's game they would equal a club record FA Cup run, reaching the 4th qualifying round for the 4th time in 10 seasons. They've never reached the first round proper. The visitors Quorn are a club I know very well, as they've adopted me during my ground hopping journey and they've featured on this channel a few times. I've even made a behind the scenes episode from the Stotto Stadium, which you can see on screen now. Quorn play in the Southern League Premier Division Central, which sits at step 3 of the non-league football pyramid, where they occupied a playoff place ahead of Saturday's game. Quorn are playing in England's 7th tier for the first time in their history, and victory over Enfield Town would see them achieve a club record FA Cup run, reaching the 4th qualifying round for the first time ever. Quorn beat Sherwood Colliery 8-0 in the first qualifying round, then knocked out FA Cup record goal scorers Kettering Town to reach this stage. I spoke to assistant manager Sean and club secretary Adam ahead of the kick-off.
So Sean, we're at Enfield Town in the 3rd qualifying round of the FA Cup. How are you feeling ahead of today's game?
Excited, nervous, bit of everything really. It's special. Games of football, it's not the be-all and end-all of life, and yeah, it should be a great game, great occasion for the club. A lot of fans have travelled down with us, so yeah, excited, looking forward to it.
So obviously it's Quorn, step 3 against Enfield Town, National League South. Expected to be a tough game. What are your thoughts on the opponents?
Done a lot of research on them, a lot of homework. Don't score many goals, but don't concede many goals, and that's like league to a T. National League North and South, from what I've seen and what I've watched, they battle hard like any team, and a lot of the games are 1-goal margins. So we've just got to be ready to defend at all costs, and when we get that chance to attack, let's go and have them and have a look at them. So
yeah, I think we're expecting a physical game today, with it being a step 2 side against a step 3 side, but I think it's going to be an entertaining game, and I think you've got a chance by all means.
Yeah, the pitch isn't massive, and it's in good nick. It could have done with a bit of rain this morning, and it would have suited us down to the ground. But yeah, it's quite an interesting setup, one I've not really seen. But FA Cup, the beauty of it, it's league form goes out the window, divisions go out the window. and it's just two teams and who can get the upper hand throughout the game. And that's what we're looking to do, and obviously want to get through this round, but it's going to be a difficult one. And yeah, looking to get through and try and win the game.
Thanks for your time, Sean.
Thank you.
And all the best today.
Appreciate it. Cheers.
I've got Quorn Club Secretary Adam Etheridge with me again. We've got Enfield Town away today. What are your thoughts on today's match, Adam?
I'm strangely confident today, John. I'm generally about as big a pessimist as you're ever likely to find following Quorn. But I don't know, I've just got a feeling about today. I know Enfield have had a few struggles in the league, and last year wasn't the best for them either. So I'm hoping with our really good away form, we can get a result today.
And obviously it's National League South, Enfield Town, so you come into this one as underdogs, but like you say, you've got every chance of causing an upset here.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things, isn't it? Yes, they're at a higher level, but I mean, I'd have taken most weeks last season against Step 3 clubs, so I don't see any reason why that should be any different this year. Yes, they're Step 2, and you know, I might end up with egg on my face. We might get an absolute hammering today. I don't know, but it's really interesting for us to test ourselves against where we ultimately want to be. Not in the south, obviously, but Step 2.
And Queen Elizabeth II Stadium, first time here for me. Is this first time here for you as well?
Yes, it is. It's somewhere I've wanted to come, because I'm sure you've got footage of the little cafe sign at the top there, and it's a beautiful stand. I just wish it was about 30 yards closer to the pitch. But yeah, it's going to be interesting playing with a running track. We don't do that very often. I know we did it once last year at Grantham, but I think I'll be behind on the goals today to get a decent view.
And should you win today, one game away from the first round of the FA Cup, and of course we've got the National League sides at Step 1 coming in, so it's still going to be tricky. There's still one final hurdle.
Yeah, we'll talk about that after the game.
We'll talk about that after.
I don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves, but wouldn't it be great? What a problem that would be to have. It would be fantastic to bring, you know, a big National League club to Quorn and have them in the village. But at the same time, it would be great if we. I'm not sure everyone will agree with me, but wouldn't it be great to go to away to Carlisle, have an incredible road trip like that? But yeah, we'll see. Let's get through today first. Fingers crossed we get the result we need, and yeah, we'll talk about it on the way back.
And also, if Quorn do win today, they set a new record. It would be the furthest they've ever got in the FA Cup.
Yes, I mean, this is the first time we've got this far in almost 20 years, and that was one of our first FA Cup campaigns. So it's been a long time coming to get back to this stage, and yeah, hopefully we can go one better today at least.
All the best today, Adam.
Thank you, John.
Thank you.
As I was filming various sections of the ground, one of the Enfield Town board members offered me a high-vis jacket and pitchside access, which of course I didn't turn down, so I was able to access all areas, which was really nice of them. But before the teams came out onto the pitch, I had to explore the rest of the ground. Of course, I got myself a pin badge from the club shop and had a burger from one of the stalls outside, but I wouldn't recommend the Enfield Town cheeseburgers. Mine was dry and it tasted like it had been reheated from frozen. I wonder how I would have ranked the food had I been doing my Southern League stadium ranking. The Queen Elizabeth II Stadium, or the Dave Bryant Stadium as it's now known, is an interesting one. Its Pavilion Cafe is a Grade 2 listed building which has stood there since 1953 and is probably the main attraction for groundhoppers. It certainly gives this stadium its character. This stadium was originally built as an athletics venue but was refurbished for football use back in 2011. The ground has a capacity of 2,500 with one small seating area on its far side. You can choose to stand behind the goal, which puts you close to the pitch, or on the touch lines, which puts you behind the running track. A lot of people have a negative opinion about running tracks around football pitches, which I totally understand, but I don't think there's much of an issue with the view here. So out came the two teams with Enfield Town in white and Quorn in red, and this game was end to end right from the start.
Yeah, a week after I fitted a nice door, I fitted a new door for him. What's that? She took one of the
well, they're about 17 games unbeaten, yeah?
clearance.
Yeah, well done, mate.
Good
That's
clearance.
quality, isn't it?
That was good.
No, left foot.
Probably his nanny. You reckon the only reason he gets chucked out the hotel is his nan's there. His nan goes every year. Like 2 or 3 times. He's not even paying Carol, is he? He's subs.
Oh, well,
I'm not quite sure how Quorn didn't take the lead in that first half, but you simply have to take your chances when faced with higher ranked opponents, which Enfield Town demonstrated before half time. And what a goal this is.
yes! Good goal, wasn't it? Oh, what a save.
Quorn pushed for a first half equaliser, but right before the whistle they were punished again.
Oh, what a goal. Stay out.
Send him up.
Sending bombs up there.
Bloody right, no. He's bit weak.
He's 7. Game over. You better go and get that one.
Half time, Enfield Town 2, Quorn 0, in a very entertaining first half, but how did Quorn not score? Goalkeeping and defensive heroics from the home side allowed them to hold on to their clean sheet, and I wasn't sure the game was done at 2-0, but shortly after the break, it certainly was.
Third goal for Town, Sam Young!
That's another goal.
Fourth goal for the Town is Lamorano!
Quorn did manage to pull a goal back, but shortly afterwards, chaos followed. As Enfield Town's 5th goal went in, Quorn goalkeeper Tom Allsopp collided with one of his own teammates, resulting in a nasty head injury. I didn't record anything during Tom's treatments out of respect, but this is where a great afternoon turned unpleasant. After a lengthy delay, Quorn's goalkeeper was taken away in an ambulance, but despite the players' clear distress, the referee asked for the game to be continued in compliance with FA rules. Considering less than 2 hours earlier we'd seen a minute's silence for Chichester City's Billy Vigor, who passed away from a head injury, this seemed extremely insensitive, and the Quorn players and officials were understandably upset. After another lengthy delay, the referee finally abandoned the game, which for me was the right decision. With Enfield Town 5-1 up and Quorn without a goalkeeper and having used all 5 substitutes, it seemed extremely unlikely that they'd turn this game around, so surely the FA will just allow the result to stand, awarding the tie to the home side, but who knows what they'll choose to do. But in my opinion, Tom Allsopp's well-being is the only important thing here. So I'm not long back from Enfield. Just been to watch Enfield Town against Quorn. Obviously that game was abandoned due to a nasty head injury to Quorn goalkeeper Tom Allsopp. I have seen the updates that Tom is still in hospital awaiting for some scans, but he is okay, which is the main thing. The result isn't really important at this time. Regarding the game itself, kind of a shock result really. I mean, Enfield Town were the higher ranked team going into this, being National League South. Obviously Quorn for the Southern League Prem Central, so there's a difference of 1 division. But with Enfield near the bottom of their league and Quorn near the top of theirs, I thought it was going to be a bit more evenly matched. And by the time Enfield took the lead, Quorn could and should maybe have been 2-0 up. They had some clear chances, and the Enfield Town goalkeeper was exceptional. That save, when I believe it was Silvio Bello that was going round him and the goalkeeper made a save, as you would have just seen on the video. What a save. There was a goal line clearance as well. Just nothing was going to go in for them today. And then what a great goal from Enfield Town to make it 1-0. Going in at half-time 1-0, I think Quorn are still in the game. But then right before the break, right before the half-time whistle, nice bit of skill and a deflected shot makes it 2-0. And then probably the game's out of their reach by that point at 2-0. When the game was abandoned, Enfield Town were winning 5-1, and I don't think that was deserved. I think they scored some very good goals, but they were clearly more clinical than Quorn. But like I said, the game was abandoned. The main thing is that Tom Allsopp is okay. That was such a stressful afternoon, such a stressful way to end a game. Also such a long trip. I travelled on the players coach, which was a combined players and supporters travel coach. So the players were downstairs and we as supporters and some people from the club were upstairs. So I really appreciate Quorn for inviting me on the coach. Oh, it's a long way to Enfield though. So I drove to Quorn, and then it was I think it took 2.5, nearly 3 hours to get to Enfield Town. 2 hours back, and then another nearly an hour back from Quorn. So that's a long day. I was out for over 12 hours. But really nice to be included. Also, thanks to Enfield Town, who saw me filming and gave me pitchside access. So, yeah, I think Enfield Town, really nice club, really good club. So impressed with that. Not impressed with the food, unfortunately. The food in the boardroom was brilliant, but that cheeseburger wasn't great. But yeah, make sure you're subscribed to my channel. Drop a comment below if you were at that game, and let me know where you want to see me go next. Despite a horrible, distressing end to the game and some pretty tragic food, I did enjoy my experience at Enfield Town. And considering I've slated them for their food, I can't say the same for the post-match boardroom spread, which was actually really nice. Thank you to Adam Etheridge and Quorn for inviting me to travel down with them, and also Enfield Town for giving me pitchside access. I will be making a short video giving my thoughts once the FA has made the decision on the outcome for this game, but in the meantime, please make sure you're subscribed to my channel if you've enjoyed this video. And let me know if you were at that game on Saturday. What do you think the FA should do about that game's outcome? Comment below.
Bye.